Hello there, my name is Anthony Freestone. I'm the Head of Resuscitation here for Blackpool Teaching Hospitals NHS Foundation Trust, and I'm also going to discuss with you today how and what you will need to be required for attending the crash team as a foundation year doctor. The first part I'm going to discuss with you is to talk about how to use our bleeping system. Our bleeping system is really simple here, and it allows you to contact your colleagues and peers for advice and support. It also has an opportunity for us to be able to bleep you and alert you for emergency calls. How to use your bleeping system will depend on where you are, but for all main hospital phones you will start by dialing 50 to access the bleeping system. Switching your phone on, pushing 50 will give you a two-tone alert. You will then put in your bleep number, 051 for instance, which is my bleep, and then the extension where you're calling from, 4621 and hash. You get a two-tone bleep. That will then activate your pager. These pagers are available via switchboard. To cancel the bleeping system, you push the blue button on the front of the pager. That will then clearly tell you that extension 4621 requires you to give them a call. Please use our intranet on the main page of the hospital's intranet system to access telephone numbers rather than dialing switchboard directly. This impacts on our zero calling system and allows us to be able to filter the calls that are required to the patients, relatives and service users of this trust. The intranet has the same telephone systems as our switchboard operators. When using or contacting switchboard, you can contact them via the dialing system, which is 0. Our emergency numbers are slightly different. For all hospitals within the United Kingdom, the emergency telephone number is 2222. That will access for cardiac arrest, medical emergency, any other specific medical team, fire emergency, and any other issues within the organisation, except 4444, which is for major incident, 5555, which is for security breach, and 6666 for our nuisance phone callers. Some of you will become members of the cardiac arrest and medical emergency team. Therefore, now I'm going to let you listen to what an emergency bleeper sounds like. It's a different tone to a standard bleep, and it has an audio alert above it. The audio tone will normally give you a visual and verbal speech over. I'm going to give you a listen of a tone. That will then allow us to be able to respond to that medical emergency. It won't visually tell you where you're running to, it will just say alert 2222 on the phone system. I'll now let you listen to what a crash bleep sounds like. That's the sound of an emergency crash bleep. It's a 3-tone alert, and as we've said before, you get the audio talk over. To cancel that call, because you will get an intermittent bleep every 60 seconds, you just push the blue button on the front of the device and it will repeat again the call. As a junior doctor within our organisation here at Blackpool Teaching Hospitals, you may also be part of the cardiac arrest and medical emergency teams. Obviously you will get your bleeper from switchboard. That's located on the first floor of the main hospital. Parts of those crash teams will be integrated with other team members. The cardiac arrest and medical emergency team consists of the following people: a medical registrar at ST3 and above, and that person will normally adopt the role of team leader. That's supported by a clinical resuscitation officer during core hours. That person will also carry a grab bag supporting intravascular or IO access and iGel airway administration. You'll also be supported by a Foundation Year 1 doctor and a Foundation Year 2 doctor. Somebody from the Critical Care Outreach Department may also attend, and out of hours we have the Acute Response team and also the senior nurse on call for the hospital. Medical handover is normally done at around 9 AM on the acute medical unit. That's where all the doctors from the night team and the day team meet together to discuss patients who are at risk and who's responsible for roles for the day. We're also now incorporating an emergency briefing which will happen around 9:10 every morning, and that will be for the emergency response teams. Those teams will normally indicate who's going to team lead and specific roles within that cardiac arrest. The location of the resuscitation department is located on the second floor of the main hospital, in between Ward 3 and the lift. They're normally open between 8:30 and 4:30, but there is a duty officer on till around 5:30 in the evening. To access training for resuscitation, please go to that office or access our website at www.bfwh.nhs.uk/resuscitation. Emergency drug boxes are available on every single cardiac arrest trolley. They are bright blue in colour and contain several drugs.
Those drugs are adrenaline 1 in 10,000 times 5 preloaded syringes, amiodarone 300 mg, 2 preloaded syringes, naloxone 2 mg preloaded times 1, atropine 3 mg preloaded times 1, a magnesium 50% in 10 ml times 1, and a flumazenol 500 micrograms in 5 ml times 1 vial.
There are other specific emergency drugs that you may need, but they are your frontline drugs which will be required. Blackpool Teaching Hospitals NHS Foundation Trust has 3 public access defibrillators. They are located on the main corridor adjacent to our X-ray central. We have one in the staff restaurant and we have another one in our new main entrance. These strategically cover the main car park areas for our trust. We also have 4 Lucas 2 mechanical chest compression devices. They're located in the emergency department on the ground floor, the acute medical unit on the first floor. They're also located at Ward 16, and that will cover our surgical and cardiac building, and we also have one in our cardiac catheter labs. We have 2 grab bags located for emergency response teams within our organisation. One is located in the Porter's Lodge and can be accessed by any of the crash team, and also one in the new multi-storey complex main reception area. The Simulation and Skills Laboratory is located on the second floor of the main hospital. If you proceed along the ground floor to the Blue Sky Centre, where 2 trees are painted on the wall, and proceed at the stairwell to the second floor. The simulation lab consists of 2 areas. To the left as you go through the doors is a Simulation and Skills Laboratory, and to the right is the Clinical Skills Laboratory. To be involved in simulation exercises or a research project involving simulation or human factors, please contact Mike Dickinson, the Simulation and Skills Manager, and he's available on the global email system. Blackpool Teaching Hospital covers a very large footprint. We have strategic maps set out to show every location within the hospital, and it's colour coded. I'm going to place some of these maps at switchboard for medical staff to access should they want to, or they are available on our intranet system. I'd like to wish you all the very best of luck for coming to Blackpool Teaching Hospitals and working within our medical response teams. If you have any other questions or queries that you'd like to ask, please feel free to contact me directly on Bleep 051, or my extension is 7834. Thank you very much.